Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Happy to be here. Happy to be sharing another What's in the Bag video. This is live, interactive. If you happen to be awake and watching this in live time, it's Saturday morning. I guess it's April 16th, and a little bit earlier for me to be doing this. But as some of you might have heard, I've now I'm kind of going into early morning mode of my life, waking up early. That won't last forever. I kind of go in tangents or streaks with how I sleep. But in any event, I thought it would be fun to do a nice live interactive What's in the Bag. Now, for those of you that might be new to this channel, you might be thinking, gee whiz, what's this? It's not that complicated. I basically have a bag and I open it and see what's in it. Now, sometimes the bag might be an envelope. It might be a box. But whatever it is, I will open the bag, look at the stuff inside, and figure out what it is. My buddy Haved uh, is putting a shout out here to one of my detractors, I believe, but that's okay, Haved. I know Joey Henderson probably doesn't care what's in Mike's bag, but maybe he does. I mean, there's something to be said, Haved, for people that are always, as the kids say, player hating. It's like the guy that you love to hate or hate to love. You know what I mean? It's there's a thin line between love and hate. And he might care. I mean, that's he should. I appreciate that, buddy. So, Haved, without further ado, I'm going to open this bag. It is that familiar seal that we see so often these days. I know some people are maybe like to see this. The money. It's probably true, buddy. It's probably true. Okay, so we're going to see what's in the bag. I'm going to let you see it first, Haved. What is it? What is it? What can you tell me? What is it? What is in the bag? I can't even see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. Okay, that was one item. I think there's another item. Hold on. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, what is it? Okay, I think there's one more item. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I can't see it. Okay, is there anything else? Oh, there's one more. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? It's my book. It's a book. Yes, it's not only did I order this book, I actually wrote it. So this is apparently 4 copies of the paperback version, which is such a nice version. It's suitable for taking to the beach, taking to the subway station. Um, Haved, whatever you like to do, wherever you like to read your books, the library. Some people like to rent a hotel room for the weekend just to read a stack of books. Uh, in that case, you're welcome to, take a stack of my book and read each one just to make sure that they're all typed the same way, make sure that everything's proper. But how exciting! My novel here, which our buddy Haved, you know this gentleman, Benny Scala has the first line, the advanced praise, I should say, thanks to Benny. Table of contents, dedication. I mean, God, everything that you could ask for in a book: words, paper, excitement, an autograph, or a picture of the me on the back cover. You might be thinking, gee whiz, Mike, where can we get this book? Amazon has them, paperback, hardcover, Kindle. Well, that's true, buddy. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Abed, because I actually wrote the screenplay version of Fight or Play Basketball years ago, and it's won several accolades, including Best New England or First Place New England Story, Rhode Island International Film Festival. I believe the year was 2017. CineQuest, a quarter finalist, written as a TV pilot, but it's really a feature film script. I adapted it for the TV competition that year. Um, it's won some other awards. It's placed in several categories. It was accepted into the Fort Myers Beach International Film Festival last year. Thanks for the clarification, Haved. Appreciate that. Or Jay. Jay works. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the clarification. As you know, my last name is Messier, so I've suffered through people getting my name wrong all the time. So I appreciate the clarification, buddy. But yeah, if I ever play basketball, there is a film script. It's a nice film script, award-winning. And in this time of worldwide pandemic, worldwide situation, as I like to call it, realizing how hard it would be to try and market any type of movie, especially uh, you know without a budget starting, and without the Hollywood connections that many of these people have. I figured, why not just adapt the story into a novel form so that more people could enjoy it, and kind of maybe the fact that it's now a novel will get some interest in making it into a movie, and then they'll say, well, gee whiz, now we need to translate this novel into a screenplay. Well, guess what, folks? It's already been accomplished. It's already been done. So I'm always trying to think ahead of the game. A Distance from Avalon, my first novel from last year, is still available. I'm looking for one of the copies, but I can't see it right now. That's okay. So very exciting times, folks. I was going to mention some of the Gilbert Gottfried stuff. Well, basically, what stuff is it? He passed away. The day that he died, I went on Peacock Network, and they had a special about Gilbert, obviously made before he passed away, and showing that in his later years, Gilbert got married at kind of an advanced age for him, had a couple of kids, a really cute family. Gee whiz, come on. Oh, jeez. I did see some of those photographs. They were you go, girl. I mean, here's the thing, buddy, Jay. Everyone's got the right to do whatever they want, but the public has a right to voice their opinion. So if someone, in this case Nia Jax, is going to, I assume that these were officially released photographs of Nia in very skimpy outfits showing off her body. She has the right to do that, but we have, as the public, have the right to critique or criticize or mock. And celebrities, as I said about who was the female tennis player, um, she actually golf player, right? That had all the issues about. No, she was a tennis player, the one that beat Serena a couple of years ago. Um, nice young lady. I've got nothing against her, but she she was taking time off from tennis because she wanted to address her mental health and all this stuff, and she needed more privacy and all this wonderful things. And I'm all for all of that. But then she does the Sports Illustrated bikini issue, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, I should say. It's not just bikinis. So it's like you want your privacy, except for when you're wearing a swimsuit in Sports Illustrated. So basically, my whole point of that was these celebrities, not all of them, but some celebrities, they want the attention, they want the public glorification, but only on their own terms. When they get the criticism from the consumers, then that's their issue. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jay. I think Jay's in Florida too, aren't you? In Miami, Jay? I'm going to Fort Myers Beach in about a week. I'll be going to the International Film Festival. My good friend Pam's coming in. We're just having some nice talk, Pam, about my book, Fight or Play Basketball. I was playing What's in the Bag and discovering that what was in the bag is my book that I wrote. Star Island. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know how far Fort Myers Beach is there, but I'll be there. And I will also be going to my favorite place, Disney World. Now even Disney World's getting a lot of critique and criticisms because of their policies or their stands. Here's the thing, folks. I'm not going to change the world. okay, to the point of I can't dictate public policy or Disney policy. I just want to go on a fucking roller coaster. You know what I mean? So I mean, when people get all worked up, I'm not giving Disney my money. Well, don't. More room for me, less of a line. You know what I mean? Um, oh, well, hey, buddy, I would tend to disagree because with that Florida state, well, I'm not going to buy a poncho. I'll just get wet. I mean, put a hat on. I mean, I don't need a poncho. I'll tell you what I do, buddy. I get the Florida resident pass, the fucking weekday pass. It's less than $400 a year, free parking every time I go. I bring a backpack with my own snacks and beverages in there, and nobody bothers me about it. I have a good time. So I mean, I'm with the mouse that runs the house. What can I tell you? Oh, yeah, garbage bag works. Sure, anything. But I mean, look, I've always been a person. I've never been really upset when it rains. I'll take a little bit of rain over ice and snow. And as Pamela knows, I was always suffering through seasonal depression in New England for years and years. The every 6 month winter that we would have, it would make me very depressed. And so now that I'm here in sunny Florida, I like it a lot more, to be honest with you. And a lot of my New England friends had a hard time accepting that, and I've sent them photographs of me at the poolside and me at the sunside, and they just don't want to understand. But hey, I had to do what's best for me. Uh, let's see. No winter here anymore. Well, there's no winter here in Florida. That's true, buddy. Pam. And are you in Florida now too, Pam, or are you in California? I know you're a cross continental type of person. Let me get back to this Gilbert Gottfried thing for just a moment. He kind of was in that in my childish mind, I kind of put Gilbert in the same kind of ballpark of Judy Tenuta. If you remember her, she used to have like a little keyboard. And then there was another guy who was like Tenuta's sidekick. Um, God, what was his name? He was like another impy type of comedian. Um, and I just Hasa curry sounds pretty good. I'm assuming that's a type of curry. I just had curry a few nights ago, buddy. I had a beef and shrimp curry dish with white rice at a restaurant, but I don't think it was Hasa curry. So I'm just kind of drawing a blank. It was just a traditional curry. Judy Tenuta, Gilbert Gottfried, and there was a third guy um, who was like a gimmick comedian. Now, looking back, I kind of feel like maybe I was shortchanging Gilbert a little bit by putting him in that triumphant of the three. He probably had the most content, although I thought Judy was pretty funny too. But Gilbert had that kind of goofy voice. Um, I'm trying to remember what his name was. I'm going to look it up right now, buddy, because this is bothering me. Judy Tenuta, comedian. She had a sidekick. He had like long hair. He was kind of an imp. Uh, I'm looking at the images now, trying to discover who this was. Judy Tenuta. She had this friend comic. Now I'm going down the pike of Google searching, trying to find this guy. Oh God, Judy Tenuta. Trying to discover who was her friend. Trying to discover it, folks. She had this friend. Jesus of Nazareth. Judy Tenuta is 65 years old. That's what kind of happens, folks, is we see that all our friends here, like the people that when you were a kid that were like on TV, they were all anywhere from 10 to 30 to 40 years older than us. As they start to pass on, we start to get a little nervous. It's like seeing your older family members pass away. It gets a little scary because then you start realizing your own mortality. For God's sake, I'm really trying to figure out who Judy Tenuta's friend was. He was a little comedian guy. I don't know. I'm not having much luck, folks. Her nickname was the Love Goddess. It was not Hornswoggle. Uh, God, what was the comedian? He was a little guy. I want to put like 1980s comedian, uh, gimmick comedian. 1980s gimmick comedian. And see if I get like a list. Uh, let's see. Oh, God. I just went down. I found all these. Richard Lewis came up. Here's an interesting list. Stand-up comedians that people love to hate. They have Gilbert Gottfried on that list. Carlos Mencia is number 1. Kathy Griffin is 2. Dot Fawn is 3. Oh my God. Dane Cook is 4. Jeff Dunham is 5. Larry the Cable Guy is 6. Dennis Miller is 7. I don't hate him. Michael Richards, I get that one. Who was this guy, folks? He had the keyboard, 80s comedian with a keyboard. We went down this whole path now, and now we can't get out of it because now we have to know keyboard player. The hell was this guy's name? It wasn't John Valby. Jesus. 20 great musical comedians. I mean, the funniest musical comedians of all time. Tenacious D. Who was this guy, folks? This is very upsetting. Now the whole screen is going nuts. Just very upsetting. I don't know who it is, to be honest with you. It was some guy. He hung out with Judy Tenuta a lot. And he was a guy. He was a comedian guy who he had a really weird voice. He was. I'm going to go to judytenuta.com. I mean, for crying out loud. But she had this. Judy Tenuta doesn't look bad. Some of these pictures. Good for her. She's got a picture with Robin Williams. Yeah, gee whiz. God, what did she do? She was. What was that guy's name? He's a little bastard, a little guy, just going down this rabbit hole, not getting out of it. What was his name? It's very upsetting to me. I'm trying to figure this out. Who was Judy Tenuta's friend? Judy Tenuta's friend. Who was it? They're talking about Sam Kinison. God, now I'm going to the Wikipedia page. I mean, this is just getting to be very involved. Well, Judy Tenuta was born on November 7th, 1956. Okay. She was on Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist, Cow and Chicken. God. What was that show? The Love Goddess was her gimmick. Yes, she was very outspoken for the LGBT community, which is good. Let's see what else. I don't know. I just I'm trying to figure out who it is here, folks. Who was it? It was a guy who used to play the keyboards, and he used to. Judy Tenuta's comedian friend. Oh, this is so painful. Who was this guy? He used to sit there. He was a weird little guy. Emo Phillips, fucking Christ in heaven. Emo Phillips. Philip Sontilek, also known publicly as Emo Phillips, is an American actor, stand up comedian, writer, and producer. Oh my God. Emo Phillips. Yeah, so basically, I feel bad now because I kind of put Gilbert Gottfried in this bag of tricks with like Emo Phillips and Judy Tenuta. And now I realize how much better Gilbert Gottfried was than probably any of them. Oh my God. Emo Phillips is touring North America with Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my God. What a tour. Oh my boy. Oh man. So Patton Oswalt is putting over Emo Phillips in the Weird Al tour. So Emo Phillips, that's the answer to our question. He's probably 72 years old. But yeah, good old Emo Phillips. EmoPhillips.com. So anyway, I was trying to give a nice tribute to Gilbert Gottfried, and just a guy that was funny. He just watching this interview with Bill Maher on somebody's show, Jimmy Kimmel. They're talking about Gilbert, and so that Gilbert, even with them, didn't really drop character. He, when Bill would interview Gilbert, Gilbert would just stay in the kind of "Hey, my Gilbert Gottfried mode." He would just kind of do that the whole time, and he would never let his guard down. And so you kind of respect that. Gilbert was kind of old school in that way, kept to the persona. So I can't sit here and say I have all these wonderful Gilbert Gottfried memories in particular, but just watching him throughout the years in different films, different TV shows, frequent guest on late night TV. I'm going to go see Doctor Strange. In fact, I was saying the other day, AJ, that I'd like to see the first one because I missed the first one. And that's one of those movies that I wish I had seen when it first came out. The original Doctor Strange, I think it was 2016. I wish I had seen it because that's one of these comics that I'm actually familiar with, that I used to like, the comic book of Doctor Strange. So I'd like to see that. As a matter of fact, I think I went out for Halloween one year as Doctor Strange. My costume was not really good. It was just kind of made up. But in any event, very exciting. Top Gun 2, that movie's actually been in the can, as Pam knows. That's an industry term. The movie's been done, edited for like 2 years, but because of the worldwide events, they wanted to have a bigger audience, a bigger release. It should be interesting to see if Miles Teller, who is an excellent actor, but he hasn't been the most box office successful guy, although he's been in a ton of big movies, including Bleed for This, the story of my good friend Vinny Pazienza, the boxer. But Miles has been a little disappointing at the box office, so hopefully this will turn that thing around. You did send me some messages, buddy, about was it? I'll look at it again, buddy, because I did take note of your messages. Uh, AJ sometimes feeds me news stories, which I always appreciate, trying to keep me informed. Some topics that I'm not too informed on, such as the video game world. But oh yeah, there's a story here. A kindergartner brought Jose Cuervo margaritas to snack time at school and handed out drinks to her classmates. Now the parents of two other kindergartners are outraged. That's from Fox 32 in Chicago. A tweet, I guess, or a Facebook post that Fox 32 Chicago put out. A kindergartner brought Jose Cuervo margaritas to snack time at school and handed out drinks to her classmates. Now the parents of two other kindergartners are outraged. So, what do I think of this story? Well, it's sad. I could see it. I mean, look, trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Is it possible that the margaritas were in the home of the child, and the parents drink responsibly, and the child just kind of mistakenly thought the margaritas were like a fruit drink, like she thought they were a Hawaiian punch or a Capri Sun or something of that ilk, and brought the thing to school, not realizing, because kids do stupid shit like that. I mean, that's the thing. You have to have patience with children. They don't know always all the rules, or they don't understand everything because they're little. They haven't been around as long as we have, right? So it's possible that that's what happened, a simple misunderstanding. It's also possible that the child is being run by being raised by drunks who, give the little child alcohol. So the kid thought she could bring it to school because it was the thing to do. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Um, I'd like to I'd like to think there's a possibility it was just a simple mistake, but at the same time, it's definitely a smoke fire situation. And these days, um, people don't really have much tolerance for stuff like that. Back in the 50s or whatever, you could beat your kid half to death and get away with it, but not these days. Not that you should. Inflation on stuff going to kill us in terms of affordability. Yeah, buddy, here's the thing. You ready? There's always a chance that the whole ship is about to sink. You know what I mean? Like the whole fucking capitalism or our country or whatever the hell is all going to go to crap. You know what I mean? Uh, but we'll find out if it does or it doesn't. You know what I mean? There's things you can control and things you can't control, and we can gripe about the price of a gallon of gas. We can bitch about this. We can bitch about that. But can you really control it? The answer is probably no. So yeah, I mean, it would suck if we all wake up tomorrow and we're all dead, but enjoy today while you have it. You know what I mean? That's the point that I've gotten to, like, especially the last couple of years. You realize that there are so many things that are beyond our grasp. Um, Not to say we can't understand them, but we can't change them. So we can understand if the world is falling apart and if society is coming to a critical condition, but can we save it, or can you just save yourself? So I'm no longer in the save the world business. I did that for too fucking long. Trying to put the New England film scene on the map or put the pro wrestling thing into a higher light. But if people want to continue to act in the way that they act and do the deplorable things they're going to do, I just have to let them do that. And I just have to continue writing my quality novels, okay? Which you can all purchase on Amazon today for paperback, hardcover, or Kindle. I can't solve all these problems. So there you have it, folks. Well, this has been fun. I did go to see a movie last night, Father Stew. Mark Wahlberg playing a kind of a low rent boxer who goes off to Hollywood to become an actor. He meets this beautiful Spanish woman who's a Catholic. Or Mexican woman, and basically he doesn't. He decides. I won't give it away, but I mean, if you've seen the commercial for this movie, basically the guy decides to become a priest at kind of an advanced age. And I went to see this movie last night, but I thought I was going to have the whole theater to myself. I got in there. I was the only person in the theater for a few minutes. The previews are already starting, and this group of three people come in, and they're kind of chatty. And then a group of, I would even say, preteen or early teenagers come in and sit in the back, and they're very chatty. And so I got these two groups of assholes in my theater talking, and not just having like, oh, a hushed whisper here and there, but like having full blown fucking conversations. And I was getting very irritated. I was, in my younger days, I would have stood up and yelled at some fucking people. Um, but I'm like, you know what? Everyone's gone through this worldwide situation. You don't know who's carrying a firearm in here. I'm just going to leave the theater and I'll see the movie at another time, because I'm not going to risk a violent encounter with these sociopaths who don't know to keep their fucking mouths shut in a goddamn movie theater. You know what I mean? So I just took the higher ground. Let the riffraff be riffraff. Let them watch the movie, talk during the fucking movie, and I'll just see the movie at a better time for me, when this human display of trash is not in my fucking theater. And then, believe it or not, I'm on my fucking computer this morning, and I get a fucking email from the theater company saying, "Hey, what did you think of your experience last night?" Like they're keeping tabs on me, and I wrote them back, and I gave it pretty low ratings. And then there's a dog barking now, which annoys me. I mean, the dog should not be allowed to bark on a Saturday morning when people are trying to sleep. But basically, I'm doing this review, and they're saying, "Well, what did you think of our theater last night?" And I gave it a 2 out of 10. Oh, why did you give us such a low rating? I said because the people were talking in the theater, not respecting cinema. You know what I mean? So it's the decline of society, the decline of individuals, the decline of the decline of humanity. You know what I mean? AJ's getting upset. People want to blame Biden for stuff. He's not the issue. He's been the media or Facebook like Trump. Yeah, it's true. He's not as much of a rebel rouser as good old DT. AMC don't let you use cash, a snack bar, only gift card, credit card. Like what the fuck, Marcus? Don't use that approach with this movie. I hear you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The last couple of years, all this push. I mean, because you go some places and they insist you don't use cash. You go to other places and they demand that you use cash. So you can't fucking win. I mean, I had a situation at some point in the last couple of years where I went somewhere. I had no cash because nobody wanted to give you cash for a while. And then this place only wanted cash. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like you're going against the rules that everyone's agreeing to. So what the hell? Okay, folks, that's it. Saturday morning, I think that'll be it. That'll be the end of the broadcast. So we saw what's in the bag. It was very exciting. The answer is my book, available on Amazon. And you say, "Oh, gee whiz, Mike!" Just click. Just go to Amazon. Put Fight or Play Basketball, Mike Messier. You know how to spell my name. It's right here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, everybody. And only control what you can. You can't control everything.